What does it take to restore an old film and screen it afresh? The Bharat Pavilion at the Cannes Film Festival saw an interesting discussion on restoration of the Shyam Benegal directed Manthan. Take a look. Hours before the screening, Manthan had its red carpet moment at the Palais des Festivals. The screening in Cannes was made possible because reels of the 1976 film were preserved in film vaults for decades and restored. At the Bharat Pavilion, Shivendra Singh Dungarpur, founder director of the Film Heritage Foundation of India, gave a glimpse into the tedious restoration process.
The quality of negative, what you will see, is when you see Smita Patel's face there, and when you see the close-ups, it's just mesmerizing. You got to go back on. Always remember the original camera negative it's almost 24K. I was explaining to people on digital that when you go and see a film in a theater on a DCP, you are seeing only 4K. The power of celluloid is almost 24K. So your original negative is like your mother. You can never give it away. You have to store it, save it, keep reworking. Restoration is a process. No building is perfect always. You have to keep restoring the Taj. Every day there's work at the Taj Mahal. So every film has to be treated, which is important. Films like Manthan. So it was a very tedious. The sound negative had almost gone. There was no sound negative. We didn't have the sound. And we had to take it from different prints. We had to get the DG betas. There was a lot of work. In fact, the film was not syncing because the prints were already cut by the projection. You know, when they go for projection, so it was a huge challenge to bring it back.
The film will now be released in theatres in 70 Indian cities on World Milk Day on 1st June. But this is not a solo project of the Government of India. Secretary, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting in the Government of India revealed that under India's National Film Heritage Mission project, 4,000 films are being digitized.
I think films are obviously, as I've been saying last 2 days, they are part of our ethos, pathos, and it's so important that they are preserved for the posterity. And a lot of work is happening. You have been doing a lot of work, and from the government side, as all of you are aware, we also have the National Films Archive of India, NFAI, and now NFAI has been merged with the National Film Development Corporation. And even this film, Manthan, the original camera negative of Manthan was actually preserved at the National Film Archive of India, and I'm very happy that we could play an instrumental role in getting this film restored. And not just this film. I mean, we have a project. We call it the National Film Heritage Mission project, and under that project, we have allocated more than 1,000 crores, and 4,000 films, 4,000 plus films, are being restored at the National Films Archives of India.
Manthan was inspired by the pioneering milk cooperative movement of Dr. Verghese Kurian, the father of the White Revolution in India. His daughter, Nirmala Kurian, gave a sneak peek into how Verghese Kurian approached Manthan.
My father thought of doing this simply because he had just started Operation Flood, which was responsible for the revolution in milk in India. And he felt that this story was a story worthwhile to be told. It was also a film that was taken to all the villages by the Spearhead team and shown to the villagers to start cooperatives in the villages that were covered under Operation Flood. So it was used as also a tool of training. And he really believed in equity and equality. He believed that all human beings are equal and should be respected, whatever caste, creed, or religion they came from.
Manthan is credited for unleashing a socio-economic transformation in India and for being instrumental in empowering farmers and thus helping India become self-sufficient in milk production.
Doing this great job of restoring a film, which is not just a film, it's actually a socio-economic impact on the Indian society and dairy industry and empowerment of women that we are talking about, but which happened almost 50 years back. Imagine the impact of how a dairy cooperative model, which is depicted in the Manthan film way back in 1976, transformed India, its millions of milk producers, giving a source of livelihood to more than 10 crore families in the country today.
Starring Smita Patil, Nasruddin Shah, Girish Karnad and Amrish Puri, Manthan's story revolves around the struggles and triumphs of a small group of farmers that come together to form a dairy cooperative to improve their economic conditions. It depicts the story of the inception of an extraordinary dairy cooperative movement that transformed India from a milk-deficient country to the world's largest producer of milk.